Woman Marilyn Strickland. Having trouble with the government agency? Tired of dealing with red tape? I'll help you get the benefits you've earned. My office is here to help you with Social Security, Medicare, the VA, passports, and more. We've recovered millions of dollars for taxpayers and stand ready to help you. Call me at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. At a cabinet meeting, President Trump expressing optimism that the U.S. and Iran can make a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. But Iran has signaled it has no plans of giving up its nuclear ambitions. ABC's Ian Pannell is in Israel and has more on the sticking points.
The discussions that are ongoing right now is basically to try and lift the siege of the Strait of Hormuz, the restrictions put in place by Iran, and to allow the U.S. naval blockade to be withdrawn. What it doesn't resolve are the outstanding issues, the ones that existed before, during the war and throughout this ceasefire, primarily Iran's nuclear program.
Uganda has closed off its border with the Democratic Republic of Congo as it works to slow the Ebola outbreak. In the U.S., the CDC now sending an urgent alert to recruit personnel who can monitor for Ebola symptoms at key airports. A judge has ruled the teen accused of killing his stepsister on board a cruise ship can remain out of jail on bond pending the trial. This is ABC News. In Southern California, life returning to normal in Garden Grove after the 6-day scare that a tank full of volatile chemicals would explode at an aerospace company. That incident triggering an evacuation of 50,000 people. The chemicals, though, now been stabilized.
Today, all of the evacuation orders are lifted and the threat of an explosion, fire, or chemical leak are now over. According to fire commanders in Orange County, Kimberly Hansen and her pet turtle are back home.
Oh, I was so happy. It was traumatic.
All schools in Garden Grove are open again. Orange County's district attorney has launched a criminal investigation into what happened leading to the scare of a massive explosion. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Severe storms on the march in parts of the South and Mid-Atlantic. 14 million along the Gulf Coast and Ohio River Valley facing flood alerts today. Damaging winds are the threat for D.C. and Richmond, Virginia area. Some thunderstorms may include large hail. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The death toll could rise at a Longview paper mill, but first, let's get a check on the roads. Northbound SR ramp, on-ramp that is fully blocked after a motorcycle collision. The ramp will be blocked for an extended period of time as State Patrol investigates. Just a reminder, JBLM's DuPont Gate is closed for construction. Other drive times right now, Federal Way to Seattle, 35 minutes. Linwood to Bellevue, 40. Linwood to Seattle, about 38 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio App. Listen to your favorite songs and shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Emergency responders in Longview are facing a much more dangerous situation than they originally believed after a chemical tank explosion left 1 dead and 9 missing on Tuesday. We get the update now from KIRO News Radio's Corn Haig at the scene.
Officials say efforts today are focusing on safely accessing the facility and recovering those workers missing and presumed dead. Cowlitz 2 Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Goldstein originally believed the tank that ruptured here at Dynawave Packaging held a relatively small 80,000 gallons of the toxic paper-making chemical known as white liquor. Now he knows differently.
And it is now approximately a 900,000 gallon tank. We believe that there could be a potential of 90,000 gallons remaining in that tank.
Goldstein maintains there is no danger to the general public, but says there is an acute risk to members of the recovery team still searching for 9 missing workers. In Longview, Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
No cause for the accident has yet made in public. We'll expect an update from officials at 1 o'clock today. The State Department of Labor and Industry says the company that owns the plant had a massive tank implosion, has been cited several times for safety violations. Here's KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
Between 2019 and last year, the company that owns the Nippon Dynawave plant has been cited 4 times for safety violations, from not protecting workers from falling off equipment and not requiring face masks during the pandemic to one incident where an employee had their finger amputated. Also, there have been 2 L&I investigations into the company, according to records. One of those was opened just 2 months ago after an anonymous complaint about a valve on a tank holding ammonia. There was also a complaint about a drain that reportedly failed and created a sinkhole, according to L&I. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The Covington man accused of throwing a large rock at an endangered Hawaiian monk seal continues to face intense backlash. Igor Linthonchuk's attorney says his client has been physically assaulted, threatened, and doxxed since this video went viral.
Why would you throw a rock at it? Hello?
He even received a package at his home containing what appears to be feces. Linthonchuk is charged with violations of Endangered Species Act and the Marine Mammal Protection Act. If convicted, he faces up to 1 year in prison for each charge. He's due in court at 1:30 this afternoon. A global luxury brand co-founded by Robert De Niro is coming to Bellevue. The Puget Sound Business Journal reports Nobu is rebranding 2 residential towers at the Avenue Bellevue development as Nobu Residences. It's the brand's first residential property in the country, and 10,000 square foot Nobu restaurant is set to follow in 2027. The Avenue Bellevue project is worth more than $1 billion. And now for your KIRO News Radio weather. Warmer temperatures. We've got sunshine right now outside the studio. Highs will reach the low 70s. Right now, it's about 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Grateful that you're hanging out with us in an 11 o'clock hour on a Wednesday. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. Coming up at 11:30, of course, we have Agree to Disagree. But right now, I just want to remind you that you are an important part of our show, and we count on you to weigh in on our topics. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
I can't say it enough. In just a couple of weeks, Seattle's going to be welcoming hundreds of thousands of tourists from all around the world for one of the most high-profile events on the planet. We're talking about the World Cup, of course. And the question is Seattle ready? Some members of the Seattle City Council don't think so when it comes to public safety, at least. And if you missed our interview with Rob Saka in the 10 o'clock hour, the city council member joined us, and he's calling on Mayor Wilson to turn on the closed-circuit TV cameras that are already installed in place around the stadium district ahead of the World Cup. But she so far has refused, stating that she will activate them only when a credible threat exists. So, Gee, we wanted to go through a couple of the comments that he made and react to them because we didn't get a chance to during the interview. But you asked about his relationship with the mayor.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how on the same page are you, the Seattle City Council, and the mayor right now currently in the city?
I don't speak on behalf of the council.
How about you?
I appreciate this.
How about you?
Yeah, great question, G. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, we're about a 7 or 8 right now, and maybe even higher. And what we're seeing right now is the seams of government, the separation of powers. Council, from a legislative perspective, have already authorized, already funded, and appropriated resources for these cameras.
Yeah, so they might be on the same page on a lot of things, but not this one.
Not this one. And first of all, thank you, Rob Saka, for coming on, and thank you for answering that question. He started out with a 7, maybe 7 or 8, and then he said maybe even higher. The thing is later on in the interview, I can only take him for his word, right, on that. But there was something, and I don't mean to skip through, I know you have some other stuff. There was something that he said that really, punched me in my chest. Mm-hmm. And to where, again, I'm not putting words in his mouth because he said 7, 8, 9, or 7, 8 or higher. But in my heart, I just don't believe that.
Well, but he's also in a position where you don't want to make it look like the city council and the mayor are totally fighting against each other. But clearly, I think that we've heard enough rumblings that they ain't on the same page.
Well, I remember Seattle City Council used to have some not on the same page with its constituents. Remember, we were talking about that every single day.
Yeah.
We had a city council that was the opposite of what the people wanted.
Yes.
Defund the police
Yes.
type conversations.
Yes. Or they were listening only to a very small faction of the city.
Yeah.
And got us into a pickle. But we did ask him about what are, I believe, legitimate concerns raised by privacy advocates.
Those are very valid concerns about privacy and security and whether or not it makes some of our most vulnerable immigrant and refugee neighbors susceptible to a very aggressive federal anti-immigration and exportation campaign and agenda. I understand that. That said, I will also say that I'm proud that when council previously authorized this technology, we baked in the strongest of privacy controls and the most robust of safeguards, best in the nation.
If you have best in the nation safeguards, you have cameras already in place that have been paid for and approved, you have a humongous event. You have the police chief saying, yeah, this would really help us and be a tool in the toolbox of stretched out police officers. And you've got a massive event. It is insane. It is insanity not to turn on the cameras.
It's an example of politics overriding common sense. And we're seeing a lot of that happen on a day-to-day basis. But this is one that we can all agree on. But it's the same conversation that we had during the defund the police, right? When the defund the police conversation was there, and I know you and I and everybody like, hey, no, go out, talk to the people, go talk to the people in the neighborhoods that live in these neighborhoods where crime is a factor, and ask them their thoughts on defund the police. So
don't just listen to the loudest, but this minority group that is telling you that it's going to harm the very people who you're trying to protect.
Right.
Right? It's like they keep using these excuses to do it and say, well, we want to make sure this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, but you're harming a lot of other people.
Right. Yesterday, we did an interview with the Seattle Public Schools superintendent. And he showed up on our interview, and we asked him about, hey, when you first got here, you went around and visited every school, because you guys, he's new. He's from Lansing, Michigan. So every single school, why did you do that? And he basically said, why would I not do that? If you're doing your job and you're not getting out and about to go find out about things, that's trouble. And that's the segue into the lived experience conversation that Rob Saka had to say. And Ursula, you can play that because in it, he brought up his lived experience, especially at the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. In your opinion, when a lot of these decisions are made, how much does lived experience come into some of these topics?
I love that. Depends on who you ask. In Seattle, we have a thing here in our quirky politics where if your lived experience, if you happen to be a black or brown person and you happen to agree with a certain far left progressive point of view, then your lived experiences matter, and we should center and uplift your lived experiences. Now, if you, on the other hand, if you happen to be a black or brown person and your experiences don't comport with far left progressive ideals and norms and goals, then it's time to disrespect, devalue, ignore, undermine. So it depends, but that's Seattle politics. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. I just play in the game.
That one had your jaw dropped.
Can I just? You guys mind if I go a little bit deeper and tell you guys why it dropped me? For a second, I think Rob was just talking to me like we was in the barbershop. Mm-hmm. And Rob said, nah, that's how I knew that he wasn't talking as a politician. He was really speaking from the heart at that time, right? He wasn't trying to articulate the words. He was talking to me straight. Nah, when my lived experience, and they agree with that lived experience, is one thing. But then if they don't agree with my lived experience, he says, it's devalued, disrespected. So when he said that, I felt that to my soul. I feel that way. I felt that. And so when he says something like that, it is, for me, it is heartbreaking to hear him speak in that way, because he's trying to say, look, I was in the Boston Marathon, 2013. And a little bit after that happened, he finished line, there was a bombing that happened. And guess what? Those cameras helped out. Mm-hmm. Lived experience, Ursula.
But you get a lot of pressure from Black and brown communities who are saying, turn the cameras off. It's going to be disproportionately used for Black and brown communities. It is going to be disproportionately harming our communities. And if you speak against that, you have no say. You have no seat at the table. And I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
And when you asked him about it and you said, well, are you being disrespected? I mean, that would have been an entirely different conversation that you would have in a barbershop and probably not on the Gee and Ursula Show. We need to bring Councilmember Saka back and have him have that real conversation, because I think it's an important one. You can't only accept an opinion that goes with the narrative that you think that goes with a certain segment of a population.
Can we call this for what it is? Because what white politicians, especially in places like Seattle, do is they use a minority of a minority group, and they condescend to people who have a different perspective. And there's this tone that if you do not agree with that minority perspective of a minority group, that you are in some kind of way having a racist perspective. If you don't agree with this minority of a minority perspective. But you know what is actually racist? Is when you pretend that an entire group of people only has one way opinion of thinking.
Mm-hmm. And yes, to add on to that, you know how many times, Ursula, we did this show, and how many just assumed that we were about to defund the police, right? Because what happened is there was a face of the defund the police.
Yeah, and they blamed us for CHOP.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. So again, by the way, you know what I was just thinking about just now? I want them to turn the cameras on. And can I selfishly tell you why? I'm going to be in the building for all 6 matches. All 6 matches, I will be inside that stadium. Turn them on.
Make it about you. Those cameras need to be on because of G.
We want G to have more lived experiences.
Hey, you know what I was doing? I was trying to personalize this thing. Look out for me.
Well, we appreciated the other thing, council member, and now that we know that he's also a fan of the show, and I'm sure he's busy. He said he was going to have a conversation with the mayor because, you know, he was very vocal. I'm surprised that you don't know what the rest of the council members, y'all work together, figure out where everybody is on this page, or you didn't want to speak for them. I think that
he did a good job.
Get that. I get that part, though. It's like you need to know, you got the majority? Y'all on the same page, or most of you on the same page? Because that would help.
Is it fair to say, I like this Seattle City Council. We need to get more members on our show to talk to them.
Well, they have been coming on our show.
No, I'm just saying even more because we haven't talked to everybody.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
But, we haven't talked to, there's Deion Foster out there. We haven't talked to her.
Mercedes?
Yeah, we got some.
Yes.
Mercedes? Matter of fact, we follow each other.
Maritza Rivera. She's my council member.
Come on
Hello?
to the show.
Okay, we probably need to extend the invitation.
Yeah.
But in any case, we appreciated Councilmember Saka being very
And by the way,
open.
only talking to him for like 8-9 minutes, we needed more.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, he did, because he also said something about the folks who are leaving Seattle and how he also made headlines with that comment that he had in an interview with Chris Daniels. And he had talked about, we need more lived experiences in terms of understanding the business community.
You know, he grew up in foster care, right? Grew up in
I did not
foster
know
care. My man, of course. Then he, the Air Force, got 3 kids, and worked in tech. Like this Rob Saka dude.
Yeah, he's had a lot of experiences.
Yeah, a lot of lived experience.
Yes. Okay. Well, as long as we're talking about the city of Seattle, we have one of the best park systems in the entire country, right? It turns out it's also one of the most expensive. So Gene Balk at the Times reports that Seattle ranked 8th in the nation when it comes to the park score rankings from the Trust for Public Land. And this is the 6th straight year that Seattle has landed in the top 10. 99% of Seattle residents live within a 10-minute walk of a park. And the national average is actually 76%. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the part that really sticks out is that Seattle spends $440 per resident on parks. That is nearly triple the national average. And Chef, $440 is per year per resident. Correct?
Yep.
Only San Francisco and Washington, D.C. spend more than that. And so the question is that a flex to say we spend more than just about any other city other than San Francisco and Washington, D.C. when it comes to our parks?
Yes. Yes, it's a flex. Watch this. When you invest money into something, you will rank in the top 10 every year. So, for example, on your yard.
Unless you're talking about King County Regional Homelessness Authority. Okay, keep going, though. Sorry.
That's a good one.
That was low.
On your block, how much do you invest into your lawn care compared to that one neighbor that looks like they invest nothing into their lawn care? Guess what? It shows. Let's do that with schools. I'm going to choose joy, and I'm not going to go too deep, Ursula. I'm going to stay right here with the parks. You live next to a park. Tell us.
I do live next to a park, and I do believe if you've been to Golden Gardens Park, Discovery Park, Myrtle Edwards, I'm trying to think of West Seattle. We do have incredible parks.
Yeah. And every time you got somebody come in town, don't they always comment about it?
Did I already say Discovery Park?
You didn't, but there you go.
Yeah, Discovery Park. We have incredible parks.
Yeah, we do.
I wasn't aware that we are also spending among the highest. And one of those things is, and Chef was asking this morning, because you have to approve the money. It's like self-inflicted.
Right.
Yeah, we are asked to say yes to parks levies.
You guys want to stop? You guys want to stop investing?
No, I want to have the bet. But I think that's also why people are very passionate. I don't want parks to be taken over, unfortunately, by homeless encampments. I mean, I think we have one of the most beautiful park systems, absolutely. Do I think that they're always taken care of very well? No. But do I want to continue? I've said that because of all the stories about lack of controls over spending in government, local government, I was going to be an automatic no. When it comes to parks, I might still be a yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a yes on investment. I'm a yes on you. We all can clearly see the history of this country, of this city, when you lack investments into schools, into parks, into neighborhoods. What happens when you lack the investment? So Yeah, that's awesome. By the way, seems like Seattle keeps ranking in the top 10 for a lot of things. Shocker. Hey, Magnuson Park.
Yeah, that's another gorgeous one.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, it's time for Agree to Disagree. Let's have some fun. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into longevity medical Medical Clinic, that's an action. It's about taking that action. Like people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Our local tax expert and advocate Greg Nunn understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump wrapped up a cabinet meeting today discussing Iran and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Listen to this.
Iran is very much intent. They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but we will be. We will be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
The country's state media released a draft of what they said was an alleged peace deal outline. Emergency responders in Longview face a dangerous day continuing of recovery efforts as they search for the wreckage of yesterday's massive chemical tank implosion. KIRO News Radio's Corin Haig has this report from the scene.
With 1 person confirmed dead and 9 still missing, the grim reality is this implosion at Nippon Dynawave could end up being one of the state's deadliest industrial accidents. And recovering those missing workers could be easier said than done because the ruptured tank still contains tens of thousands of gallons of white liquor, the caustic chemical used in paper manufacturing that spilled out of this ruptured tank. Officials understandably consider the tank unstable, and today's hoped-for recovery of those still missing will proceed only if responders can do so safely. In Longview, Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
Kitsap County deputies say a suspected drunk driver took off minutes after being stopped for driving erratically. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
The DUI stop happened just after 2 a.m. Saturday morning. The deputy ended a short pursuit when the man hit speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. But before the driver took off, he handed his driver's license to the deputy and never got it back. Kevin McCarty with the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office.
Deputies went to that location. They spotted the car. The deputy had stopped and the individual was at home and he was taken into custody.
Potential charges for the 32-year-old Shelton man include reckless driving, attempting to elude, and DUI. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly plans to buy Bothel's KIRO vaccine for $1.5 billion. KIRO specializes in shingles and chickenpox vaccines. The deal is part of a broader buying spree for Lilly, which also revealed plans to purchase 2 more biotech firms for a combined $2.3 billion. Lilly is known for drugs like Prozac and Cialis. The acquisition is still pending final approvals. And a Seattle Sounder is heading to the FIFA World Cup. The U.S. men's national team announced midfielder Christian Rodon is on the final 26-player roster.
A bunch of different emotions came to me. Number one, excitement. This is something I've been waiting for a very long time, a dream come true.
It's the second straight World Cup for Roldan. He also made the squad back in 2022 for Qatar. Roldan and the U.S. team will be in Seattle to face Australia on June 19th. And now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Federal Way to Seattle, 35 minutes. Linwood to Bellevue, 40. Linwood to Seattle, 38. The northbound SR on-ramp on SR 304 is fully blocked for that motorcycle crash. The ramp will be blocked for an extended period of time. Just a reminder, JB Lem's DuPont Gate is closed until June 9th. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476. Download the KIRO Newsradio app, listen to your favorite shows, and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. And for your forecast, sunshine and highs in the low 70s. Right now, it's 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 11:33. You're listening to the Gee and Ursula Show. It's time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Boy, we're going to get into some gender discussion here and parental decisions. Slate essay this morning, I was devastated to learn I was having a baby boy, and I'm not alone. This woman in her essay says she was absolutely crushed when she learned she was having a boy instead of a girl. Cried for days and days, and this is a very real thing. Apparently, gender disappointment is something that therapists even specialize in when it comes to prospective parents. But the thing is, some parents don't have to grieve for the child that they thought they would have. They get to make a choice. So here in the U.S., many IVF clinics now allow for gender selection. And it turns out that a majority, or by a slight majority, new parents have a preference, and that's for girls. So I'm going to start here because what you're allowed to pick extends far beyond gender. But I'm going to start with gender because in much of the world, it's illegal for IVF clinics to allow prospective parents to choose which sex they'd like their child to be. What do you think people should be able to choose, G?
Oof. That's a loaded one right there. I mean, look, I'm going to speak for myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to be able to have that choice. And I just really don't think that people should have that choice. Now when you start choosing like, hey, we're getting ready to have a baby, and our first baby, we want the first two to be boys and we want the last one to be a girl or vice versa, however you want it. I don't like us having that kind of control. So my answer is I'm out. That's a no for me, American Idol style.
It is a loaded question, and I'm going to actually fully agree with G. I know that when I was pregnant both times, and we're talking about IVF and you know, but I'll just speak to my own experience. Both times I was pregnant, I learned of the gender, and I was happy. It's incredible, though, that even when I was pregnant with our second son, that I had people actually asking me, so do you think you're going to try for a third and try for a daughter? And there is this obsession amongst some that, you know, the perfect family would be a boy and a girl, or you could have one of each. Yeah. Or, I mean, and we said the same, you know, and after the kids were born, it was, again, it's like, oh, you're probably going to try for a third, right? Are you going to, like, as if I was not complete because I didn't have girls. I also know that there are some people who have this dream of what they think being a mom is going to be, and they or a dad, and they want the girl, or that's the order that they had it, or that's what they're more familiar with. Whatever it is, I understand having a preference, but my preference would be I want to have a healthy child.
Yeah,
and I would not be, and it feels like too much manipulation, bioengineering when it comes to trying to pick what sex your child's going to be.
Yes. And how about this? I don't think that's good for us.
Mm-mm.
Something in my gut, and sometimes I got a big gut, something in my gut tells me this is not a good idea, and that problems can occur.
Yes.
Now, this whole idea of gender disappointment, like I think that's very real. Like it seems like a new agey thing, but I get it. I really wanted to have a daughter because I never had sisters, didn't grow up with girls, and I wanted to see what life was like. But get this, clinics in the U.S., this is happening right now, are also offering people the chance to sequence the embryo's genome so that you can maximize your kid's future health, their intelligence, their attractiveness, their height. One clinic that Slate talked to even allows parents to choose what eye color the baby has.
That's just too much. That's too much. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Michael in Maple Valley just texted in and said, my wife and I had to do IVF for genetic reasons. We had 3 viable options when it came time to choose our embryo. We could have chosen the gender. We ended up not knowing the gender of our children until birth. We wanted the healthiest choice. And so that's what we asked the doctor to choose. I respect that and appreciate that.
I'll keep it a buck. When Gabby was pregnant for the second time, if during that process we were going down the IVF route and they said, you have 3 embryos, do you want to choose whether it's a boy or a girl? We probably would have chose. We probably would have said, yeah, we'd love to have a baby girl. I mean, is there anything wrong with that? Like eye color's too far?
Again, I think that's where we're different.
It's such a sticky thing.
Is there anything wrong with it? For some people, you might think something's wrong with it. That's not my choice. Again, I would just go with what's the healthiest choice.
I just want to admit, and sometimes it's okay to admit when you don't have any lived experience on something.
Yes.
And sometimes it's okay to defer and maybe reach out to people that have lived experience. Because you imagine if with let's just say I did some research on it, or I did my term paper on that, and I said, hey, this is what I believe should happen when it comes to this type of decision. Again, it's lived experience. I defer.
That was a beautiful closed loop there. I love that.
I like it. Tamara asks, should parents who are that picky even have kids? Just saying. That's my personal opinion. Okay, that's Tamara's.
Yeah. By the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick. I felt like Nick in that moment. Bringing back some of the topics.
I know.
I felt like you, Nick.
You wrapped it with a nice little bow.
The only thing is I didn't have a poem and I didn't have music to back me.
And you didn't, yeah. And Nick does that in 30 seconds.
Book. I like that, though.
Just want to show you some love there.
There you go.
All right. Good stuff. We'll agree to disagree. That was good. I don't think Chefy got time for another one. That's for sure. Yeah. All right. Hey, coming up next, you're going to take your text messages, your feedback, and then we'll, of course, have words to live by. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com. This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Holy smokes! The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
When Dennis suggested retirement planning to his wife, Linda, she had the same reaction lots of people do.
Do we really need it?
Then they attended a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayich at Life Point Law.
He asked me, what do you want? And he truly listened. And at the end of it, it was like, we need to do this.
There are many people on the radio that speak about many things. And when we got here and actually worked with the team that Rajiv has put together, it turns out that it is not just talk, it is action.
And in the worst case?
I said to him, if something happens to Dennis, what would I do exactly? And he said, you pick up the phone and you call Rajiv or you call me. And that right there was like peace of mind.
Register for a free Life Point Law retirement planning seminar in Tacoma on June 4th, Mukilteo June 6th, Lacey June 9th, or Bellevue June 13th, 6:30 p.m. Spaces limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Nothing worse than clutter. With Closets by Design, everything will finally have its place. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Summer's supposed to be fun. When the kids are home all day, the groceries, they add up fast. G. Scott here with a quick heads up from Safeway. There's a program called Sunbucks that gives qualifying families $120 per child for summer groceries. Some families are signed up automatically and will get a card in the mail. Others need to apply. Take a minute to check. It could really help put food on the table for your family. Head to freesummermeals.org to find out more. That's freesummermeals.org.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, start treatment at Revive Washington and get a free comprehensive wellness panel. A $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, and more. Take control of your health today. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Oh, you know what time it is. Yes, we're back. It's the Gee and Ursula Show, but it's time for those good old text messages on what happened throughout the day. Ursula?
And we talked about Amazon now being sued over its Subscribe and Save program. T in Conway says, I've used Subscribe and Save for years, and yes, the price goes up, but it does at the store as well.
425 says, in response to the Subscribe and Save, when people get an email notification, it is a notification that their product is on the way, not a price change. Your product is on the way is the email subject line, not your Subscribe and Save item is increasing in price.
And then there's Kevin. Go ahead. No, what are you saying?
Absolutely nobody on this show said exactly that. But you do get an email, and prices can and subject to increase, like T and Conway said, like they do in the store. All right, Rose.
Kevin in Black Diamond says, Amazon has the ability to alert people about price increases. If you sign up for a recurring subscription, the price should stay the same unless you are notified. I canceled Xfinity for the same reason. It was never the same price month to month. They say it's a fixed price, but the fees can change at any time. Ooh.
I will say Netflix does do it right. Netflix
So
will
you're very
give you
aware.
a notice. Hey, just to let you know.
We get headlines.
These prices are going up. Gift cards. Joni in the 253 says, hey, thanks for the reminder about gift cards today. I was cleaning out my nightstand drawer the other day and found 2 Amazon gift cards for $50 each. Who knew?
Okay,
Things that'll never happen to me.
I know. Gee, you and me both. I have one last meal gift certificate that I haven't used, and it's only because it's not in an area that's really close to me, but I still plan to use it. I don't have those gift cards lying around.
All of my birthday gift cards are gone. Used up.
I know. I love that.
Gone.
I love that about you. Okay, tens of thousands of wealthier people heading out of King County and into Pierce and Snohomish counties. Kirk in Mount Vernon says there's a big expansion in housing here in Skagit County, and you can bet there'll be a lot of people leaving for our county.
206 says, I'd move to Pierce County if that Keith Swank guy was finally removed from power.
I don't think that was the texter's voice.
No, that's Keith's voice. On spending $280,000 tickets for the NBA Finals, Marco in the 206 says, someone once told me it's not expensive. You just don't earn enough money. And that is so true.
Marco, that is a fantastic text, sir.
Ouch.
Irene from Tacoma says, so many sports facilities are partly taxpayer funded. The majority of taxpayers won't pay the ticket prices, so they don't benefit from that use of tax spending. Irene, I read that slow so everybody could understand what you just said.
The Bubble Man, unfortunately, we had so many technical problems we couldn't actually get him on the show, but you asked the question, what kind of school performers were memorable for you? I realized I had a very boring high school experience. I went to elementary school in a different country, but my junior high and high school experiences were not that interesting because my highlight was the substitute teacher with the big old TV.
That was your lived experience.
That was my lived experience. Tony in Buckley says, I went to Pratt Elementary School in Spokane Valley, and we had the Life Flight helicopter land in our field. And then after it stopped running, we got to take turns going inside of it and playing around with the controls and stuff. Now that would have been memorable.
That's awesome. Scenarios. A 6-foot lady married to a 5'2" man. Katie in Covington says, as a tall woman, 5'11", it took a lot for me to be confident, and I am so thankful for my shorter husband not to be threatened by me. I'm not pretty enough to model or coordinated enough for sports. Think baby giraffe. Katie, I love your humor.
And I know, and I told Katie I love baby giraffes. So we love you.
Yep.
Cameras in Seattle. I don't think I saw a single text message saying keep the cameras off.
Now,
so I don't know who the mayor is listening to.
Nobody hit us with a Teddy Pendergrass. Turn them off.
Yes.
No lived experience.
That was weird. That one. Shout out to you.
Debbie in Seattle said, I agree with Councilmember Rob Saka. These cameras need to be turned on. First, if you're out in public where cameras are installed, you're already in a public space. That's not a privacy issue to me. Second, I sympathize with and feel deeply for our immigrant communities. We do have policies in place that are supposed to protect them. At the same time, these cameras can help identify bad actors, immigrant or not, who are involved in gang activity, drug trafficking, or efforts to harm public safety. The mayor's position feels a bit like closing the barn door after the horses are already out.
Oh, that's a very good analogy, Debbie. Choosing your child's gender. Joni in the 253 says, place an order for your child's gender? No. You get what the good Lord gives you.
Goodfellas says, amen to Tamara. Should these people even have kids? And what if their preferences aren't met? They can't send it back where it came from.
Allison from Stillicum says, I think there are too many unrealistic ideologies surrounding pregnancy and parenthood. They should not allow this from the very beginning. It's unrealistic expectations. Healthiest, most important. Sweeping statement. If you are choosing for gender or eye color or anything else other than the health of the baby, you shouldn't be a parent. Ooh. Time for your words to live by, Ursula. Ooh.
Well, I'm going with the whole lived experiences theme. This is from Eleanor Roosevelt, who says the purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. But I want to add something from Albert Einstein, who says the only source of knowledge is experience.
I love Albert for that. Stephanie from Port Ludlow says, we had a streaker come through an assembly. I graduated in 1982. It still comes up at the reunion. Nick, what you got,
That's
man?
a lived experience right there. Well, how much would you pay to see a concert or a game after hearing New York Knicks fans put up stacks for seats to claim? Well, this city will be tested soon with World Cup games on deck, where the bids reach new heights all around from London to Quebec. And I'm sure there'll be all shapes and sizes with fans holding views, even short kings who might bring their wives who like their high-heeled shoes. Because I know if one is treating the other to the games, I doubt their lived experience of height difference will be on their mind when they're there.
Nick, you don't miss a dang thing. I don't know why I just love the phrase short kings.
Can I ask you guys a question? Has ever, I'm not saying you do it all the time, but has there ever been a time in your life that you've been out and about and you've seen someone go to pay and you see the woman pay for the man? Has that ever stood out to you before? Do you ever watch for that, or you just mind your own business?
I mind my own business.
Okay.
Yeah, why?
I'm just going to stay safe. Me too.
Okay.
I mind my business too. I never pay attention.
I know that's not true.
Thanks, Ursula. Good show today. Thank you. Thank you, Chef. Appreciate it. Nick, thanks, man.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Don't matter anyway. Say money won't get you too far, too far. High and dry, out of the rain. It's so easy.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Yeah, hi. I know it's late, but my water heater's leaking.
Don't worry, we can get a plumber out there fast.
Thanks.
You're welcome, and if it can be repaired, we'll take care of it. But if it's time to replace, you could save $200 on a new water heater right now. Plus, you may qualify for up to $1,000 in rebates, and we handle it start to finish.
Sweet.
Need a plumber fast? The CM Heating Plumbing Team is there when you need it most. Schedule now at cmheating.com.
There's no beating CM Heating.
CMH EAHL 750LLP.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.